BYU soccer players were my idols. I would come to camp and I would talk about them nonstop. I had all their player cards, all the posters. They're just big role models for me, and I just saw how amazing they were, and I just wanted to be like them. Very end of my freshman year of high school, I injured my knee. It took me out for 11 months, had to get surgery. A piece of my femur bone broke off.
The period that it happened was right in the prime recruiting period, right, as sophomore, junior year of high school, and it brought an end to the recruiting.
Called my dad, I think he was out of town at the time, and just cried to him. And he said, Cass, if this is what you want, no's just a word. The next day I printed out my high school schedule, stapled it to a piece of cardboard, and then I stuck a fork in it. I wrote on the piece of paper, I said, I want to play for BYU so bad I can taste it.
I remember receiving that in my office and taking it to my assistant, Chris, who was our goalkeeper coach at the time, and just saying, wow, she's fighting for this. She doesn't want us to move forward without her. And so with that, you always kept it in the back of our mind of, hey, she's willing to do almost anything to get our attention.
I was told no, and then my younger sister, Ellie, they actually offered to Ellie a couple months later. And I was so excited for Ellie. She deserved it more than anyone. She's a baller in every sense. But that was hard. I remember it was the first taste of just being happy for someone else, right? So I'm going into my senior year. I had almost committed to BYU Hawaii. That's where my sisters had gone. I remember going to my dad's office and just telling him, I was like, Dad, I don't know what to do.
She came to me and said, Dad, I really want to go to the BYU camp this summer. And I said, Cass, that ship has sailed, right? I mean, it was a great try, and it was a great idea, but they've already recruited for your year.
We didn't know she was coming to camp that summer, and she did such an unbelievable job that we're like, she's too good not to give her this opportunity.
After day 3, coaches pulled me aside and offered me a spot, and I went out to the IPF parking lot and called my mom and dad.
I was in Salt Lake with the other 2 of her sisters, their triplet sisters, at the time when we got the phone call. And it was hard to understand what she was saying. She was so excited and emotional, which we all quickly became as well.
Still to this day, the happiest day to reach a goal like that, right? And my mom, she's like, what's wrong, right? What's injured? What did you do? I go, no, Mom, I'm going to play for BYU. I redshirted my freshman year, and by the end of that, I tore my labrum, my first labrum. And I didn't know it at first. It just hurt. It was on a shot, and find out 2 months later that it was torn and I need surgery.
That particular injury and surgery is a hard one to recover from, because they put you in that big brace, and you're not allowed to run for months. It's 6 months. You can't even, get on a treadmill or jog.
And then I come back after 9 months. It took me a while to get in the swings, and then 3 months later, I'm in a spring game against UCLA and block a shot, and immediately my shoulder's gone. I remember walking off the field and being like, are you serious?
That tear just felt overwhelming, that we couldn't believe that after her 9 months and then being cleared for 3 months, strong, ready to go, this happens and she has to start over recovery all over again.
Fast forward, I lost the starting spot. I battled for it coming back from that injury and tried my best. Coaches went with a different route. Sabrina was the one that played above me. She's amazing. One of my best friends. Definitely wasn't easy, and wasn't easy on our relationship for sure, but I'm so grateful for her and what she's taught me. She was a phenomenal goalkeeper.
I think the fact that Cass didn't become the #1 goalkeeper allowed her to help push Sabrina that became a phenomenal goalkeeper for us for her junior and senior year. And then it's allowed Cass to be, I think probably even a better leader.
I got 2 weeks into my spring season after she left and started to feel my shoulder slipping again, and sure enough, tore that one after 2 weeks coming back, and again I was saying no way. And so I just decided I was going to gut it out, I was going to play and see what my shoulder would give me. Been rehabbing it for a year and a half now, just trying to get the most out of my BYU experience. I wasn't going to let a shoulder stop me.
The girls take good care of Cass, and you can kind of tell we're at the point now where we can tell when her shoulder's popped out, and the girls know what to do to try and pop it back in. Cass has learned to live with a lot of pain, but she loves the game. She wants to be the best for herself and for her teammates, and ultimately for the program to represent. And she's done a lot in that sense.
All growing up, these girls, they idolized these BYU women's soccer players. They were mentors to them, and they looked up to them. And then to find herself in that role, she's the one on the posters. She's the one where they're reading her quotes and asking for her signature. And I think for her, it's added just a whole other dimension to participating on this team and in this sport.
Just because I'm out for 9 months and I can't be playing soccer and doing what I love, doesn't mean my life isn't good. That kind of became my mantra through the next 7 years, was my life is good. And I truly believe that there is good things to find in whatever situation we're in. And I found it here at BYU.